Lord, may I indicate that I'm also sending in.
Hello?
I'm saying, may the court please, my Lord, may I also indicate that I'm standing in for my
Yeah.
colleague, Advocate Msholo.
Okay, fine.
Yes, thank you.
So, Mrs. Mchololo, okay.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, yeah.
Mr. Zung, we have heard the citation from the commentary that is infra and the Criminal Procedure Act. I had cited under the commentary the indemnification of accomplices, which reads as follows. Section 204 protects accomplices and others who will, through their evidence, have disclosed that they themselves have committed the offenses. Do you understand that?
Kulomthetho engikufundela wona ke uthi ke ngaphathi kwawo ke lomthetho ukuthi ke uyabavikela noma uyavikela ke labo abachazwayo ke noma uma bebachaza bathi abalekeleli ke belekelela ekuleleseni ukuthi ke umthetho lowo ke nawo uyabavikela ekuthini ke bathole ukuthi bangabi nokuthi bashushiswe noma batheswe amacala.
Do you understand that?
Ingabe kuyazwakala lokho? I understand.
The statement which is contentious, that is Exhibit ZZ5 in bracket, was obtained in terms of the provisions of Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. Do you understand that?
Manje ke istatement ke lesi ekuyisona ke manje ekukhulunywa ngaso ke lana uma ngabe senziwa ke noma sithathwa sathathwa ke ngaphansi kwawo lomthetho lo obizwa ngokuthi ke usection 204.
Do you understand that?
Ngabe uyakuzwa lokho yini?
Ngiyakuzwa.
I
Sorry,
understand.
sorry, just before we go any further. Are you not, and I'm not trying to assist anybody. This witness says he knows of no statement. Are you aware of it? You are aware?
Yes, I'm aware of that. But
Yeah,
the
he
state-
says he knows no statement.
Yes, the state says there is a statement.
Hello?
The state says there is a statement.
Fine,
Yes, I understand that.
fine, okay, no problem.
Yes. At the time when you met Brigadier Kininda, sorry, before that, I'm also tell you, Mr. Zungu, that the accused before court are charged in respect of 5 offenses. Those are murder, robbery with aggravating circumstances, attempted murder, possession of unlicensed firearm, and unlawful possession of ammunition.
Aba sola ke phambi kwenkantolo macala ke amahlanu abawathweswayo ukubulala ubamba inkunzi ke kuhlonyiwe ukuzama ukubulala tholakala nesibhamu ngomthetho tholakala nezinhlamvu ngomthetho iwona ke amacala abawathweswayo lawo.
Do you hear that?
Uyakuzwa lokho?
Yebo ngiyazwa.
Yes, I do.
At the time when you met Brigadier Kininda at Primrose Police Station in the evening, were you also told that you were being charged in respect of these offenses?
Ngesikhathi ke owahlangana ngaso noma owahlangana ngaso naye uBrigadier Kininda kusebusuku lapha kule police station lase Primrose ingabe watshelwa yini ukuthi nawe uthweswa wona lamacala engiqeda ukwasho manje?
Angaze ngitshela.
No, he never informed me.
Did he, that is Brigadier Kininda, when he met you at Primrose Police Station, inform you that you had been arrested in respect of the offenses that I've referred to, that the accused are appearing before this court today, which is Phosphorus Case 636 of 10/2014?
Ingabe ke ngalelanga wahlangana ngalo naye uBrigadier Kininda watshela yini ukuthi ke uboshiwe noma uyaboshwa uboshelwa wona ke lamacala engiqeda ukutshela wona ke ngaphansi kwalo icala lase Phosphorus 636 10/2014?
Cha angaze ngitshela.
No, he never informed me.
Did he, that is Brigadier Kininda, inform you that you were being, at that moment, interviewed in respect of those offenses?
Ingabe ngaleso sikhathi leso washo yini kuwena uBrigadier Kininda ukuthi ke nanjengoba exoxa nawe noma enenhlolo khona nawe ke ukuthi lokho kwakumayela nazo nawo lawo macala lawo?
Cha.
No.
Did he, that is Brigadier Kininda, when he met you in the evening at Primrose Police Station, inform you that you were going to make a statement in exchange of you being indemnified from prosecution?
Ingabe wakutshela yini uBrigadier Kininda ukuthi ke nanjengoba wenza istatement lesi ke ukuthi ke istatement leso ngokusenza kwakho uzothi ke ungathweswa wena amacala?
Azesho.
No, he never said.
The evidence before this court is that it was on the 24th of June 2020 when you met Brigadier Kininda at Primrose Police Station.
Ubufakazi ke obuphambi kwalenkantolo buthi kwakunge-24 zika-June 2020 uma ke wahlangana naye uBrigadier Kininda e-police station yase-Primrose.
What is your comment?
Uthini wena kuloko?
Ngiyakuzwa.
I hear you.
On the day that you met Brigadier Kininda at Primrose Police Station, were you apprised of your rights in terms of Section 35 of the Constitution as contained in SAPS 14A, that is the Notice of Rights in terms of the Constitution in relation to the murder case, which is First Orders Case 636 of 10, 2014?
Ngelanga ke owahlangana ngalo naye uBrigadier Kininda e-police station e-Primrose, ingabe watshelwa yini ngamalungelo onawo ngaphansi kwakhe ke uSection 35 nanjengoba kubhaliwe ke kwiphepha leliyana ke ekubizwa ngokuthi ke i-SAP 14A mayelana ke necala elokubulala?
Yazi bengitshela.
No, he never told me.
In fact, it was the appropriate moment for me to question you in relation to that form, which is the SAP 14A, if it was available, but nothing was forthcoming. But the form, Mr. Zungu, that I'm referring to is similar to Exhibit ZZZ6 in bracket 6 of the record. Would you want to have sight? It was shown to you moments earlier. You confirm, Mr. Zungu, that you have had sight of that form earlier?
Uyavuma ukuthi ngaphambili buke walitshengiswa ke noma walikhonjiswa lephepha leli?
Yebo.
Yes.
At the time when you were with Brigadier Kininda and Sergeant Makhola in the office at Primrose Police Station, were you ever apprised of your rights, that is, in terms of Section 35 of Act 108 of 1996, in terms of the Constitution, that, one, we are being detained for the following reasons, which would have been murder in relation to the case that you are dealing with in court today?
Ingabe ke ngalelalanga wawunoBrigadier Kininda kanye naye ke uSergeant Makhola umamfundisi ehhovisi, ingabe watshelwa yini ke ngamalungelo akho onawo ke ngaphansi kwawo umthethosisekelo ngaphansi kwakhe ke uSection 35 ukuthi ke lokho kwenziwa ke ngaphansi kwecala ke lokubulala ekuyilona ke icala eliphambi kwayo lenkantolo?
Yazi bengifundele.
No, they never read to me.
Were you ever told that as a person who is detained, you have the following rights, small letter A in bracket, you have a right to consult with the legal practitioner of your choice, or should you so prefer to apply to the Legal Aid Board to be provided by the state with the services of a legal practitioner?
Siqale lana ke. Eloqala ke ilungelo elibhaliwe lana ngaba watshelwa yini ngalo ukuthi nanjengomuntu oboshiwe unalamalungelo alandelayo. Eloqala A, unelungelo lokukhulumisana nommeli oqokwe uwena noma ukhetha ke ukuthi wenze isicelo ke kuyena ke iLegal Aid Board ukuthi bakunikezeke noma umbuso ukunikezeke ummeli. Cha. No.
Small letter B in bracket, that you have a right to challenge the lawfulness of your detention in person before a court of law and to be released if such detention is unlawful.
Okwesibili ukuthi nelungelo ke lokuthi uphikisane ke nongabikho semthethweni wendlela ke ogcinwe ngayo noma ke ovalelwe ngayo, nokuthi ke ulethwe ke phambi kwenkantolo noma ke udedelwe uma kuwukuthi indlela ke oboshwe ngayo noma ke ogcinwe ngayo ingasiyona ke esemthethweni.
Wazi bengitshela.
They never informed me.
Small letter C in bracket, that you have a right to be detained under conditions consonant with human dignity, which shall include at least the provision of adequate accommodation, nutrition, reading material, and medical treatment at state expense.
Nokuthi ke okulandelayo unelungelo lokuthi ke ugcinweke noma uvalelweke ngaphansi kwezimo ke ezihambisanayo ke nesithunzi somuntu, nokuthi lokho ke kuhlanganise ukunikezwa ke indawo ekuyiyona ke noma indawo ekahle noma kusimo esihle, ukuthi unikezwe ke ukudla, nokuthi unikezwe futhi ukuthi ke ukhona ukuthi ufunde, nokuthi ke welashwe ke uma ulashwe ke lokho kukhokhelwa wona umbuso.
Wazi bengitshela.
They never informed me.
And small letter D in bracket, that you have a right to be given the opportunity to communicate with and be visited by your spouse or partner, next of kin, religious counselor, and a medical practitioner of your choice. Was that right explained to you?
Nokuthi ke unelungelo lokuthi unikezwe ke ithuba lokuthi ukhulumisane, nokuthi futhi uvakashelwe owakwakho isihlobo sakini umeluleki kwezokholo noma kwezenkolo, nokuthi futhi ke noma ke umelaphi ke noma ke udokotela ke oqokwe noma okhethwe uwena.
Ngaze bengazisi.
They never informed me.
Paragraph 3 in bracket reads as follows. As a person arrested for the alleged commission of an offense, you have the following rights. Small letter A in bracket, you have a right to remain silent, and anything you say may be recorded and may be used as evidence against you. Was that right explained to you?
Kulandelayo ke kufundeka ngalendlela ukuthi nanjengomuntu oboshiwe uboshelwa ubelelesike ekusolwa ukuthi benziwa, unala malungelo alandelayo. Ngoqala unelungelo lokuthi ungathula ke ungasho lutho, nokuthi noma yini ke oyishoyo ingathi ke ibhalwe phansi ibisiyasetshenziswa ke nanjengobufakazi ngakuwena.
Was that right explained to you?
La waltshela lelo lungelo lelo? No.
Small letter B in bracket, you are not compelled to make a confession or admission which could be used in evidence against you. Was that right explained to you?
Kwesibili ke ukuthi awuphoqelekile ukuthi ke ugonyuluke noma ke kube khona ke okuvumayo lokho ke okungasetshenziswa ke nanjengobufakazi ngakuwena. Ngabe lelo lungelo lelo waltshela? No.
Small letter C in bracket, you have the right to be brought before a court as soon as reasonable possible, but not later than 48 hours after your arrest, or the end of the first court day after the expiry of the 48 hours, if the 48 hours expires outside the ordinary court hours or on a day which is not an ordinary court day. Was that right explained to you?
Nokuthi ke unelungelo lokuthi ke ulethwe ke phambi kwenkantolo noma phambi ke kwemantshi ngesikhathi ke esisheshayo kodwa lokho kungenzeki ke emuva kwamahora awu48 emuva kokuthi uboshiwe noma ke egcineni ke noma ke ekupheleni ke kosuku lokuqala lenkantolo emuva kokuthi u48 hours ephelile. Uma kuwukuthi u48 hours ke uphela ngaphandle ke noma ke akusona ke usuku olujwayelekile lenkantolo, ingaba ilungelo lelo walutshela yini?
Ayazi nje.
No, they never informed me.
Small letter D in brackets that you have a right at the first court appearance after your arrest to be informed of the reason of your continued detention or to be released. Was that right explained to you?
Nokuthi ke unelungelo lokuthi ke kwihlandla lokuqala ubingelela imantshi emuva kokuthi ke usuboshiwe ukuthi wazisweke ngesizathu sokuthi kungani kuqhutsheke kwake usagciniwe noma usaboshiwe ke noma udedelwe. Ingaba ilungelo lelo walutshela yini?
Cha.
No.
And lastly, that you have a right to be released from detention if the interests of justice permit, subject to reasonable conditions. Was that right explained to you?
Nokuthi ke ekugcineni ke unelungelo lokuthi udedelwe ke ekuvalelweni ke noma ekuboshweni uma kuwukuthi ke ubulungiswa buvumela lokho ke nangaphansi kwezimo ke ekuyizona noma ezifanelekile. Ingabe ilungelo lelo wachazelwa yini?
Ayazi ngichaza.
No, I was never informed.
As I've indicated to you, Mr. Zungu, that these provisions, the provisions of Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977, they made it possible for the state to call one or more concurrent wrongdoers as witness or witnesses against the others, meaning against the other co-accused. Do you understand that?
Nanjengoba bese ngikufundeleke ukuthi ke umbuso unako ke noma ke uyavumeleka ke ukuthi ke ungabiza ke ngokulandelelana ke abantu ke abawofakazi ke noma kuthiwa yibona ke abenzani noma abalekelela ke ukwenza okubi.
Then my next question to you is the following. At the time when you met Brigadier Kininda in the company of his colleague, Sergeant Mohola, at Primrose Police Station, was there any preamble to the provisions of Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act that you signed?
Manje ke usuhlangana naye ke uBrigadier Kininda ndawonye ke naye uSergeant Mohola umamfundisi. Ukhona yini ke owakusayinda ke ngaphambili ke uma usuchazelwa ke noma okukhuluma ngayo usection 204 ukhona yini owakusayinda?
Kumalungelo noma kwi
Is it with regards to the right or
With regards to you being a Section 204 witness?
ngokuthi ke wena ke ufakazi ke kodwa ufakazi ke o ngaphansi ke kwalomthetho ababizwa ngokuthi ke 204 kukhona yini okumayela naloko owakusayina?
cha akukho.
No, nothing.
Before you met, after we had met Brigadier Kininda at Primrose Police Station in the office, were the following provisions, that is the provisions in terms of Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act, explained to you? The following provisions. Section 204, subsection 1 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. that whenever the prosecutor at criminal proceedings informs the court that any person called as a witness on behalf of the prosecution will be required by the prosecution to answer questions which may incriminate such witness with regards to an offense specified by the prosecutor. Was that explained to you? Let me read and then you'll go. Okay, let me read and then
can't
you'll
read
go.
this on the top
No,
of
it's
my
fine. I'll just read and then you'll interpret. I'll give you the book. Specified by the prosecutor. Small letter A in bracket. The court, if satisfied that such witness is otherwise a competent witness for the prosecution, shall inform such witness, Roman figure 1 in bracket, that he is not obliged to give evidence at the proceedings in question, Roman figure 2 in bracket, that questions may be put to him which may incriminate him with regards to the offense specified by the prosecutor, Roman figure 3, that he will be obliged to answer any questions put to him, whether by the prosecution, the accused, or the court, notwithstanding that the answer may incriminate him with regards to the offense so specified, or with regards to any offense in respect of which the verdict of guilty will be competent upon a charge relating to the offense so specified. Roman figure 4, that if he answers frankly and honestly all questions put to him, he shall be discharged from prosecution with regards to the offense so specified, and with regards to any offense in respect of which a verdict of guilty will be competent upon a charge relating to the offense so specified. And B, such witness shall thereupon give evidence and answer any questions put to him, whether by the prosecution, the accused, or the court, notwithstanding that the reply thereto may incriminate him with regards to the offense so specified by the prosecutor, or with regards to any offense in respect of which a verdict of guilty will be competent upon a charge relating to the offense so specified. So, Mr. Jonas, it's section 204, subsection 1A, Roman figure 1 to 4, and subsection B, small letter B in bracket. That is where I was reading.
Okay. Engabe ke lokhu ke okulandelayo ke wakutshela yini noma kwashiwo ke kuwena yini kuthi ke ubufakazi ke la khona ke nawe ke uyimbandakanya khona ke nanjengofakazi noma nanjengomuntu ke owalekelela ke ngaso sonke ke isikhathi uma ngabe umshushisi ke eqhulweni kwecala etshela ke inkantolo ukuthi nawuphi umuntu ubizwa ke nanjengofakazi ebizelwa wona ke umbuso kuzolindeleka ke ukuthi ke abombuso noma beshushisi ke aphenduleke imibuzo engathi ke imfakeke naye ekwenziweni ke noma ke ekuleleseni ukuthi ke ufakazi onjalo ngokumayelana naliphi ke icala umshushisi alishilo noma alichazile ukuthi inkantolo uma ukuthi ke igculisekile ukuthi ke ufakazi onjalo ngempela ke ufakazi wawo umbuso uyizomtshela ke inkantolo loyo fakazi ukuthi uphoqelekile ukuthi ke athule ubufakazi kulelo cala lelo eliqulwayo ke noma eliphambi kwenkantolo nokuthi ke imibuzo ingathi ihlonywe kuyena imibuzo engamfaka ke naye ngokumayelana ke necala umshushisi alichazile noma alishilo nokuthi ke uzophoqeleka ukuthi aphendule noma uwuphi umbuzo ohlonywa kuyena noma lo mbuzo lo ohlonywa umshushisi abathweswa icala noma inkantolo noma nanoma impendulo yawo ke lo mbuzo loyo kuzoba impendulo ezothi naye ke imfakeke nanjengomuntu naye ke oneqhaza alibambile ngokumayela nabo ke nalo ke icala elenziwe ngaleyo ndlela elichazwe ngayo nanoma yiliphi ke icala la khona ke inkantolo isingakhipha isinqumo ke kamuva ke noma ke egcineni ke nanokuthi ke uma kuukuthi ke uphendula ke imibuzo ngeqiniso yonke imibuzo ke ehlonywa kuyena kuzokuthi ke egcineni ke abe eseyadedelwa ke ekutheni athweswe amacala noma ke ashushiswe ke ngokumayela nawo ke amacala lawo achaziwe noma ashiwo kwisinqumo ke inkantolo ezothi ke ifinyelele kusona ke mayela nawo amacala enziwe uB ukuthi ke ufakazi onjalo uzothi ke nkathi ke ethula ubufakazi bakhe ephendula ke noma uphi umbuzo ohlonywa kuyena noma umshushisi nanoma abathweswa icala noma inkantolo noma impendulo leyo ke kuzoba impendulo ezothi naye ke imbandakanye noma imfakeke kulelo cala lelo elichaziwe noma elishiwo ngokumayelana ke naso isinqumo inkantolo ezothi ifinyelele kusona ekugcineni.
So that was not explained to you.
Uthi lokho awukaze ukuchazela.
Hayi akaze bengichazela.
So never explained.
I'll now refer to just one paragraph in Exhibit ZZZZ in bracket 5, which is paragraph 4 of that exhibit. It contains the rehearsed provisions of Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. I would say rehearsed because it does not detail the succinct provisions as they are detailed in the section, that is Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977, and it reads as follows. That is paragraph 4. I confirm thus that this statement is made in terms of the provisions of Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act 51 of 1977. I confirm that I was properly informed that the statement may contain certain information that may incriminate me in the various offenses, and that I may be called as a witness on behalf of the prosecution and further be required to answer questions which may incriminate me, but that if, in the opinion of the court, I answer all questions frankly and honestly, I will be discharged from prosecution on such charges or any competent verdict thereon, and that the contents hereof may be utilized in any manner or as regarded as admissible as evidence in any trial against me. Close quotation.
Lana ke ngizokufundela ke lokhu kubhaliwe ke ngaphansi kwakhe ke 204 engizothi ke lana ke akubhaliwe konke lokhu ke engiqeda ukufundela kona ke kulona ke lencwadi yomthetho efundeka ngalendlela ke ukuthi ngiyaqinisekisa ke ukuthi istatement lesi senziwe ke ngaphansi kwakhe ke u204 wawo ke umthetho u51 ka1977. Ngiyaqinisekisa ke ukuthi ngatshelwa ke ngokuphelele noma ngatshelwa kahle ke istatement lesi ke ukuthi ke sinolwazi ke noma ke information ke engathi ingifake ke noma ethi ke nami ke ngiya neqhaza ke engalibamba ke kumacala ahlukene, nokuthi ke ngingabizwa ke nanjengofakazi ngibizelwa wona ke umbuso, nokuthi futhi kuzolindeleka noma kungalindeleka ukuthi ngiphendule yonke imibuzo engabe ke nami ke iyangifaka ekwenziweni kwecala, nokuthi ke uma uhuvo lwenkantolo ukuthi ke imibuzo ngiyiphendule yonke nangeqiniso ngizothi ngidedelwe ke ekuthini ekuthweni ke ngithweswe amacala noma ke ngishushiswe ke kuwona ke amacala lawo nanoma ke isiphi ke isinqumo inkantolo engasikhipha ke esihambisana ke naso ke isinqumo leso nokuthi futhi ke lokhu okukhona ke noma okubhaliwe ke lana kungathi kusetshenziswe ke nangayiphi indlela ekutholakala ke ukuthi kwamukelekile ngayo nanjengobufakazi kulona naliphi icala eliqulwayo ke ngakumina.
Was that explained to you as contained in Exhibit ZZZZ 5 in bracket?
Lokhu ke ngalendlela okubhalwe ngayo lana ke kwachazwa yini noma kwashiwo yini kuwena?
Hayi bekusho.
They never said it.
The criminal law by C.R. Snyman, 4th edition, at page 269, under its discussion of accomplices. 1, that is introduction and definition. It reads as follows. It is not only where a person complies with the requirements for liability as a perpetrator, as set out above, that he is punishable. As you have seen above, he is also punishable even when these requirements are not met. If he unlawfully and intentionally furthers a crime committed by somebody else by, for example, giving the latter advice or assisting him, he is then an accomplice. Close quotation. Okay, I'll give it to you, Mr. Jonas. I just want to move to the accessories after the fact because the follow-up question encompasses both situation, that is an accomplice and accessory after the fact. At page 274 of the criminal law book by C.R. Snyman, 4th edition, it discusses accessories after the fact as follows. 2, definition. A person is an accessory after the fact to the commission of the crime if, after the completion of a crime, he unlawfully and intentionally engages in conduct intended to enable the perpetrator of or accomplice in the crime to evade liability for his crime or to facilitate such a person's evasion of liability, close quotation.
Asiqale lana ke ikhuluma khona ke ngomlekeleli ekulelesini uma bechaza ke ukuthi ke akusona kuphela ke la umuntu khona ke ehambisana ke naloko okufunwayo ke ekuthini athweswe icala nanjengomuntu ekuyena ke olekelelayo nanjengoba kushiwo ke la ngaphambili ukuthi ke kufanele ukuthi abe uyajeziswa nanjengoba kubonakele ke ngaphambili naye ke angajeziswa ke uma kuukuthi ke lokho okufanelekile noma ke okulindelwe kuyatholakala uma kuukuthi ke ngaphandle komthetho futhi nangamabomu uqhubekekisa ke ubugebengu obenziwe noma ubelelesi obenziwe omunye umuntu ngokuthi ke amlekelele noma ke amnikeze iseluleko naye ke loyo ke uyena umlekeleli ekuleleseni mabese chaza ke ukuthi lowo ke olekelelayo ke sekwenzekile noma emuva kokuthi ke isigameko sobulelesi noma ke sobugebengu sesenzekile umuntu okuyena ke olekelelayo kamuva uma ngabe kwenziwa ke ubugebengu uma kuukuthi emuva sekwenzekile ke lokho uthi ke ngaphandle komthetho nangamabomu enzeke noma ke abe neqhaza ke alibambayo ekuthini ke alekelele lowo owenze okubi noma ke amlekelele ekulelesini ukuthi ke eqe noma ke aphunyuke ecaleni noma ke abe nakwenzayo ukuthi ke amsize ukuthi loyo muntu loyo ke aphunyuke.
So, Mr. Zungu, you have listened to the compactors of what is contained in Exhibit ZZ5 in bracket.
Usukuzwileke lokhu okuqeda ke ukufundwa ke yeah lokhu okulana ke okufundiwe la.
Ngiyakuzwa.
Yes, I hear you.
Is there anywhere in the paragraphs as they are contained in Exhibit ZZ5 in bracket that relate to the fact that there was an advice or assistance that was given by you to the accused in the commission of the offense or offenses?
Ingabe kukhona ke yini la kuloko ke okubhaliwe la noma okufundelwe ke la kusho khona ke ukuthi ke kunala wanikeza khona ngeseluleko noma izeluleko noma ke ulekelela noma usiza ke abathweswe icala ke ekwenzeni ke ubugebengu.
Akukho.
No way.
I mean by the offenses relating to the murder of the deceased Mr. Senzo Mayo.
Ngikhuluma ke ngako ukubulawa kwakhe umufi noma ke washona ke uSenzo Meyiwa.
Hayi akukho.
No, there's none.
Is there anywhere in the statement that is Exhibit ZZ5 in bracket where it says that you benefited from the proceeds of the robbery with aggravating circumstances that the accused are facing before court?
Kukhona ke la ekusho khona ke kusona ke istatement lesike ukuthi ke kukhona ke owakuzuza noma wazuza ke kuloko okwathola ke noma manje ngoba abasolwa ke bethweswe icala lokubamba ke inkunzi lokubamba inkunzi ukuthi kukhona yini owakuzuza wena kuloko.
Akukho.
Nothing.
Is there anywhere, Mr. Zungu, in the affidavit that is Exhibit ZZ5 where it states that you had, in the presence of Constable Sizwe Zungu and in the presence of the accused, how the murder was going to be committed?
Ingabe khona yini la kubhalwe khona ke la ukuthi wezwa ke wena ke ekhona uConstable Zungu bekhona ke abathweswe icala noma abasolwa ke ukuthi ke kwakuhlelwa kanjani ukuthi wayezobulawa kanjani umufi?
Akekho.
I was not there.
Is there anywhere in the statement Exhibit ZZ5 in bracket where it says that after the commission of the murder, the accused returned in the hostel, that is Basutwini hostel, and you overheard them discussing about the murder and the robbery which had been committed some time earlier?
Ingabe khona yini la ekubhalwe khona noma esho khona ke ukuthi ke emuva ke ukuthi se isigameko lesekho noma ubulelesi sebenzekileke noma sebenziwe ke kunala ababuyela khona ke abasolwa ke wase wena ke ukhona lapho ubezwa bekhuluma ngako ke lokho okwenzekile?
Akukho.
No, there isn't anywhere.
Is there anywhere in your statement in respect of an accessory after the fact where it says in Exhibit ZZ5 in bracket that you engage in a conduct intended to enable the perpetrator, which is the accused before court, of you as an accomplice in the crime to evade the liability of their crime or to facilitate such persons, that is the accused, evasion of liability. Is there any way where it is saying that in your in exhibit ZZZ5 in brackets?
Kusona ke le statement ikhona ke la isho khona ke ukuthi ke emuva ke ukuthi sekwenzekile ke okwenzeka ke ukuthi ke kunala owalekelela khona ke ukuthi ubasizeke ngokuthi ke baphunyukeke kuyicala noma baphunyukeke ecaleni abasola laba phambi kwenkantolo.
Akukho.
No, there isn't.
Is there anywhere, lastly, in your, sorry, not in your, in exhibit ZZZ5 in bracket, where it says that in your room you were present when the accused handed over to you a 9mm and a .38 special revolver?
Kukhona yini la kusho khona kubhalwe khona la ukuthi ke wawukhona ke kuyigumbi lakho la khona ke abasolwa ke bandlulisela kuwena ke i9mm kanye nayo ke i.38 revolver?
Akukho.
No, there isn't.
Is there any way in your statement where it says that on the 26th of October 2014, the accused, that is accused number 2 and accused number 3, were in possession of a firearm in your hostel, in your room at Basotuni Hostel?
Ingabe khona yini la ekubhalwe khona ke ekusho khona ke la ukuthi ke umsolwa ke umsolwa wokuqala kanye futhi ke nowesibili ke babephethe ibhamu egumbini lakho ehostel?
Akukho.
No way.
There is evidence that it was on the 24th of June 2020, that is the date that you met Brigadier Gelinda.
Kunofakazi ke lana ukuthi ke kwakungeyi 24 zika June 2020 uma ke wahlangana naye uBrigadier Gelinda.
Who took you to Brigadier Gelinda?
Ubani owakuthatha wakuhambisa ekusakuyena ke uBrigadier Gelinda?
Ilo hamba ngemoto ebomvu.
The one traveling in the red vehicle.
Is it Sergeant Mohan?
Sergeant Mohan?
Yebo.
Yes.
If you can remember, Mr. Zungu, sorry, before that, where were you when he took you to meet Brigadier Gelinda?
Wawukuphi uma ekuthatha ukuthi uyohlangana noBrigadier Gelinda?
Ngangisemaselini ePrimrose.
Was in the cells in Primrose.
If you can remember very well, it was around what time when he took you to meet Brigadier Gelinda on the 24th of June 2020?
Uma usakhumbula ke kwaku ngasikhathi sini uma ekuthatha ke ukuthi uyohlangana naye uBrigadier Gelinda?
Ngakusebusuku mangaphethe isikhathi.
It was at night. I did not have time.
After you had left your cell, that is the police cell where you were detained, did you go straight to where Brigadier Gelinda was, or you went via somewhere in the office or in the charge office of Primrose Police Station?
Uma ukhishwa ke noma uphuma ke emaselini la owukhona ukuthi uyohlangana noBrigadier Gelinda, wahamba waya ngola ayekhona uBrigadier Gelinda noma kunala owadlula khona?
Wahamba nami waya la eroomini lapho nginoGelinda khona.
He walked with me to the room where Gelinda was.
In your presence, that is in the presence of Sergeant Mahane, was there a register that was completed and signed by Sergeant Mahane to indicate that he was booking you out of Primrose Police cells to meet Brigadier Gelinda for further investigations?
Kunala incwadi ke lo ubizwa phecelezi ukuthi ke iregister ke ikhona yini incwadi ke owayisayinda ke yena uSergeant Mohane eyinkomba ke yokuthi manje useyakhipha ke emaselini uyokuhlanganisa naye uBrigadier Gelinda beqhubeka ke nalo uphenyo?
Hayi ayikho.
No, there is none.
If you can remember, Mr. Zungu, how much time did you spend in the office where Brigadier Kininda and his colleague Sergeant Mohola was?
Uma usakhumbula ke ukuthi kwaba isikhathi esingakanani ke osichitha lapha yana kwela office ke owawulona ke kanye naye uBrigadier Kininda kanye naye uzakwabo uSergeant Mokhula.
Mohola.
Sorry, Mokhula.
Akwaba isikhathi nje phela kodwa ayiside kakhulu.
It took some time but not that long.
On completion of whatever that was happening there in the office, in the presence of Brigadier Kininda and Sergeant Mohola, where did you go to?
Sekuqediwe ke konke lokho kwakwenziwa ke lapho no Brigadier Kininda kanye naye ke uSergeant Mokhula wayaphi ke wena?
Ngabuyela emaselini.
Back to the cells.
Alone.
Wedwa.
Ngihamba nalo ehamba emoto ebomvu engibuyisela khona nguye wangibuyiselayo.
No, together with the one traveling in the red vehicle, he's the one that took me back.
That is Sergeant Mohola. Sorry, Mohane.
Sergeant Mokhane lo.
Yebo.
Yes.
Before you reach your cell, your detention cell, did you go via the charge office?
Ingaba nandlula ke e-charge office endleleni ke eyakhona Marcel.
Ayasendlulanga.
No, we didn't.
In your presence, is there a document that was completed by Sergeant Mohane as an indication that he was now taking you back to a cell?
Ukhona ke wena ingaba kukhona ke la abhala khona noma ke assign khona ke uSergeant Mokhane okuyinkomba ke ukuthi manje useyakubuyisela kuona ama-cell.
Akaze sign.
No, he never signed.
If you can remember or estimate what was the time when you were booked back or taken back to your cell by Sergeant Mokhane?
Uma kuukuthi ke uyakhumbula kwakubani isikhathi uma wabuyisela kuona ke ama-cell uyena uSergeant Mokhane?
Isikhathi bangangisho ukuthi angasiphethe angaphethe lutho ngishiwasha ngafakile.
As I'm saying that I did not have time, I did not even have my watch on.
There is evidence that on the 25th of June 2020, you were released, unconditionally released. The matter was not enrolled. That is a possession of a firearm case. Were you told of the reasons why the matter was not enrolled?
Kunobufakazi ke la obuthi ke ngazo i-25 kaJune 2020 wadedelwa ke udedelwa ke kungekho migomo ke oyibekelwa yoke noma oyinikwa yoke ukuthi ke icala lakho ke lalingekho ngalelo langa kuhlalwa amaqala asenkantolo. Ingaba watshelwa yini isizathu sokuthi kwakungani ukuthi icala lakho lingekho emaqaleni okwakufanele ukuthi abe ngaphambi kwenkantolo ngalelo langa?
Akaze bengitshele lutho.
They never informed me anything.
At the time when you were with Brigadier Kininda, that is now on the 24th of June 2020, were you told that we are compelled to give evidence in terms of the provisions of Section 204 of the Criminal Procedure Act against the co-accused?
Ngaleli langa ke noma ngaleli langa owawunoGininda ngalo ngazo i-24 zika June 2020 ingabe watshela yini ke ukuthi bakulindeleke ukuthi ke wethuleke ubufakazi ngakubona ke abasolwa ngaphansi kwabo ke umthetho lona ke noma section kwabizwa ngokuthi ke 204?
Akaze bengitshela.
They never informed me.
May I approach the accused to find out if there is anything?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Zungu. Thank you, my lord, for the court's indulgence. I have no further questions.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. Yes, Mr. Balui?
Well, I don't know if there's still anyone who wants to ask.
No, what are
questions.
you doing after this? You?
Oh, is the witness now excused?
Yeah, if you're excuse me, fine.
Yes. Yes, Yeah, I don't think there's any provision for us to further ask the witness questions. We are done with cross-examination. Yes.
Okay, just one question, maybe irrelevant, maybe. Was any witness protection arranged for you by the police regarding this matter?
ngabe
As you were allegedly supposed to be a Section 205 witness.
nanjengoba ke kwasekuthiwa ukuthi ke uzoba kulofakazi ke ngaphansi kwawo ke lo mthetho ke usection 204 ingabe khona yini ukuvikeleka okwahlelwa ke noma okwahlanganiswa ke amaphoyisa ukuthi ke uvikeleke
Akukho.
nani
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your assistance, sir.
siya uqedile ke umzangizo siyabonga
Yeah, so are we sitting tomorrow?
Well, that's up to the defense, my lord. I don't know what is their plan.
So
going
you haven't
forward.
arranged anything, you and Mr.
No, not as yet.
Should I come tomorrow?
As it please the court, my lord, I think there are some issues that we need to clear up, my lord. This is still the case for the defense for accused number
Yeah,
one.
I know, yeah.
Yes. Now, the court would recall that when we adjourned for the recess in December, there was a judgment by the court to the effect that when we reopened, there were certain witnesses that the court would have loved to hear. However, on the 19th, that is Monday this week, when it came back, the court indicated that it would no longer be necessary for the court to hear those witnesses whilst the current witnesses is in the stand.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were then in a catch-22 situation as to whether or not we should arrange our next witness after Mr. Kwabeni, because we did not have a clear indication as to whether or not the court would want to call those witnesses after the testimony of Mr. Kwabeni or what, my lord. And furthermore, I think there was a bit of a slight indication as to whether or not the state would make an application to reopen its cases to what point and stuff like that. But I don't think that's the main one. I think the main one was we were a little bit, as I'm saying, in a catch-22 situation, is to arrange another witness, as we could not really discern as to whether or not the court would want to hear further evidence from those witnesses that the court had indicated would want to hear in terms of Section 186.
Yeah, just such here. When do you intend closing number one's case, if at all?
There are witnesses, my lord, that we, I think further 1, 2, 3 witnesses that
No,
we,
fine, let's hear them first. I told you I want to hear
as it pleases.
all the witnesses who interacted with the witnesses who were allegedly supposed to be called by the state, because the state closed its case before Mr. Absalom, for instance. And even before the gentleman here, Mr. Gwabeni. And even before, according to Mr. Gwabeni, he was assaulted viciously by state witnesses, taken to a gravesite, etc., etc. I want to hear those witnesses. because those witnesses were not in court when this evidence was given. And there was no chance for me as a presiding officer to hear, for instance, the response whether in fact Mr. Gninda, he, according to Absalom, he tortured or he mishandled Absalom, dropped him in the field at night or whatever, and then even Gninda forged the statement which he attributes to Absalom, which according to Mr. Absalom, is all fictitious and lies. So Gninda forced him in a way, or persuaded him to try and sign a statement, but he refused. Now, those are serious allegations, because this court deals with, amongst others, the credibility of witnesses, factual evidence and evidence concerning credibility. That's the reason.
That is understood.
So
Yes.
if you still want to continue with accused number one's case, fine, no problem. But I've told you what I want to hear from these witnesses who had interacted with witnesses who were not cross-examined by the state.
That is understood.
Because how do I, for instance, find that a witness who says he was assaulted and Gninda forged a statement which he attributed to him? How do I, without hearing what Gninda says, what Maphumulo says, what Buthelezi says, etc., etc., etc. That is the reason. Nothing mysterious.
That is well understood, my lord. I would therefore request, my lord, because having had heard the court's judgment on the 5th of December, I need to be very sincere with the court, my lord. I then contacted the witnesses that would have called on behalf of accused number one and informed them that there's this process that will be unfolding when we reopened on the 19th. We don't know how long will that process take, my lord. So then requested them to stay put up until the finalization of that process, my lord. So I would then have to go back to them and say, apparently that process that I mentioned to them, as mentioned by the court, it's then forwarded up, well, I don't know when, but then their attendance then becomes a matter of agency or necessity. I'm not so sure, my lord, then when would I be in a position to acquire the next witness to come and testify? Because I did not say to them, let them be on a standby, my lord.
You must know.
Yes, my lord.
Me, I'm only going to hear those witnesses in terms of 186, sorry, after hearing the evidence which related to what they are supposed to have done.
By all means, my
Okay,
lord. Yes.
that's all.
Yes. Let me quickly have a word with my colleague. my lord. As maybe to try and map a way forward. Thank you for the indulgence, Madam. There's actually a witness that I was able to contact on lunchtime, who I indicated to her that I'll have to come back to court and hear what the situation is going to be immediately after the completion of the testimony of Mr. Kwabeni here. Then I said to that witness that I'll be in contact with her immediately after this one, my lord. I mean, after the completion of Mr. Kwabeni's testimony. So I would request, and my colleagues for the accused concur with that. I've got little reasons to believe that my colleagues for the state would object to that, my lord, that we roll the matter to tomorrow. And then I confirm with that witness on her availability on Monday, because the trick with that is we still have to arrange accommodation for her and traveling expenses and stuff like that, my lord.
Okay, fine.
So may I request that we then reconvene tomorrow so that I'm able to tell the court what the position is, my lord.
Yes,
Thank
fine.
you, my lord.
You have agreed with your Leonard colleagues, as you say.
There is an order.
Is it in order? So we adjourn until tomorrow then.
As it is the court.
Okay, tomorrow then.